You can be in a room full of people and feel it. You can be mid-conversation, mid-laugh, mid-celebration and feel it. That strange, hollow distance, like you're watching your own life through glass. Most people assume loneliness is just an emotion, something you feel when you're alone, something you push through. But your brain doesn't treat loneliness like an emotion, it treats it like a threat. The moment your brain registers social disconnection, it triggers the same neural alarm system that activates when you're in physical danger. The same circuits, the same cascade, the same ancient warning signal. Your brain cannot tell the difference between being alone in the dark and being left behind by the group, because for most of human history, those two things meant the same thing. This is why loneliness hurts, not metaphorically, physically. Brain imaging studies show that social rejection activates the same region as burning your hand on a stove, the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex. The brain processes being left out the same way it processes being cut. When researchers gave people acetaminophen, a common painkiller, and had them recall painful social experiences, their emotional pain decreased. A painkiller, but for a feeling. The pain of loneliness is real. Your brain built it that way on purpose. And because your brain believes it is under threat, your body follows. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, rises, not for an hour, not for a day. In chronically lonely people, cortisol stays elevated around the clock. Your immune system shifts into a state called the conserved transcriptional response to adversity. In plain language, your body starts preparing for injury. It ramps up inflammation. It pulls resources away from fighting viruses and toward healing wounds that aren't there. The immune system is responding to a threat that exists only in the brain's interpretation of the world. But here is where it gets stranger. Loneliness doesn't just change your body, it changes what you see. Studies show that chronically lonely people begin to misread neutral facial expressions as hostile. A blank face becomes a threatening one. An ambiguous tone becomes an aggressive one. The brain, already on high alert, starts finding danger where there is none. It is trying to protect you, and in doing so, it begins to make the world feel less safe than it actually is. This creates one of the cruelest feedback loops in all of neuroscience. The lonelier you become, the more sensitive you are to rejection. Social situations start to feel dangerous, so you pull away. But every step back makes you more isolated. And that isolation feeds the loneliness even more. The brain is trying to protect you. Instead, it builds the walls of the cage. And the longer it runs, the deeper the damage. Chronic loneliness has been linked to accelerated cognitive decline. The brain, under sustained cortisol load, begins to lose volume in the hippocampus, the region responsible for memory and learning. It disrupts sleep architecture at the deepest stages. Lonely people wake more often, rest less fully, even when they get the same hours. Long-term studies consistently place chronic loneliness alongside smoking 15 cigarettes a day as a mortality risk factor. Not occasional solitude, not introversion, chronic, unwanted disconnection. The kind where you reach out and nothing reaches back. But here is what changes everything. Loneliness was never meant to be a permanent state. It was a signal, like hunger, like thirst, like pain. A sharp, urgent message from your nervous system. Find your people. You are not safe alone. For hundreds of thousands of years, that signal worked. You felt it, you acted on it, the group took you back in, the alarms switched off. The system was never designed for a world where you could be surrounded by 1 million people and still feel invisible. The loneliness epidemic isn't a failure of character. It isn't weakness. It isn't something you should be able to think your way out of. It is an ancient alarm that's still firing in a world it was never built for. Your brain is not broken. It is doing exactly what it learned to do. It is waiting for you to come back to something real, something close, something that answers.